Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. We're back on Monster Hunter World again for another solo guide, and today we're going to be tackling the Tempered KIRIN fight that you get at HR 49, so let's get started. So like I said, to get the Tempered KIRIN quest, you have to be HR 49. Once that's achieved, you will get a quest from the commander to slay the Tempered KIRIN in the Coral Highlands. Just a quick recap, for those who don't remember, a Tempered monster means they do more damage, but they still have the same health as before. Tempered KIRIN is definitely one of the hardest monsters in Monster Hunter World, so definitely need to be prepared for this fight. Like usual, let's move into the physiology report and then into the recommended gear or loadout to have when we're fighting KIRIN. So going off the report, KIRIN's horn/head is the only weak point, with the horn once again being the only thing breakable. For his weaknesses, he is most weak to fire, with water and ice being the second best, and for ailments, sleep and blast are the best for that category. The recommended gear you should have is the Vitality Mantle, so you can take a few hits without actually losing health, and also use the Thunderproof Mantle as your backup when the Vitality is on cooldown. Thunderproof Mantle increases resistance on thunder attacks, which is most if not all of KIRIN's moveset. For armor, I used part of Uragan's set since it has really good lightning resistance. Also recommend Mega and Max Potions, of course, to get those quick heals, as well as Null Bears, which we'll get into why in a bit. Mega Barrel Bombs are also good, but only when he's sleeping. Anything else is completely up to you, like powders and rations. That is all stuff that you will have to decide on your own. Two really quick tips before we move into his moveset. KIRIN technically has two modes, one regular and one agitated mode. One difference is that in his regular mode, his body can be attacked, it just does less damage. In his agitated mode, his body is rock hard and most of your attacks will bounce off of him. There are other differences, but we will get into those differences in a second. I just wanted to let you guys know that ahead of time. And also, when you're hit by KIRIN's moves, there is a chance you're going to contract a Thunder Blight. This needs to be removed immediately because this could cause either paralysis, leaving you open to another attack, or causes lots of damage to you. Simply eating those nullberries we talked about earlier will get rid of the effect, so make sure to stockpile some before the fight. For his moveset, like I said before, it's mostly all going to be thunder attacks. One move he does is this AoE thunder move where he shoots lightning around him. They will land in the same 5 spots every single time, 4 near his top leg and back legs, and 1 at the top near his horn, just like in the clip shown. The agitated version of this though is that instead of sending 5, it's going to be 10 lightning strikes. The other 5 are going to be in the 5 other places that the original 5 lightning strikes weren't. The lightning will basically surround him, leaving you unable to attack him. It's better to wait until all the lightning is done striking to attack him then. Another move is this bigger lightning strike where KIRIN blasts lightning in front of him, except it's bigger and has a bigger area and does more damage. Once again, simply running out of the way of it, dodging, all that good stuff, and you will completely negate all the damage for it. Next move is the Lines of Lightning. KIRIN will summon these few lines of lightning, stay out of the path. It will basically have a blue line on the floor. If you stand in between them, you'll be perfectly safe. You just have to be in that perfect safe zone. If you want to, you can also, if you want to be risky, you can use this opportunity to charge KIRIN, since it takes a little bit of time to charge up this move, and you can land some free hits while he does this move. Another move KIRIN has is this Prancing Attack. This actually does damage, not just small damage when a monster moves and accidentally bumps you with its knee. You can actually be stunned and dazed from this move, so definitely watch out for this. He likes to prance and pounce around the map for some weird ass reason. In his agitated form though, he will leave trails of lightning where he steps, so definitely be careful if you're chasing him and he decides to do that. These are the moves that I noticed during my playthroughs, so now let's move on to the areas. So the first area has a very big decline slope, which is very useful for sliding attacks. You can also go above on the ledge and get some mounting attacks or a breather to heal up if you need to, but just be aware that if you're going to use the vines, don't stay on them too long because KIRIN will zap you and knock you off, so either wait until he's doing a move and then climb up, or be very quick when you're climbing. The second area is a lot more cluttered than the first one. There's a lot of wedge beetles though to get you around the area of the map a lot quicker. You can use this to escape quickly or to mount KIRIN from above. There is also one Paratoad and a Sleep Toad. Sadly, KIRIN is resistant to paralysis, meaning he cannot be paralyzed by the Paratoad, but he isn't resistant to sleep, so use that Sleep Toad and not the Paratoad. Once he is asleep, you can proceed to load him up with bombs and blow his ass up to get a lot of damage. For the third area, there isn't really much here either. Some herbs before you enter, and I believe an extra nullberry as well if you need it. And then for the last area, there is a few spore puffs to hide in if you need to get out of sight of KIRIN, and a few nullberries, one being to your right once you drop down if you need some extra. And that's it. Hopefully you guys are prepared now for the Tempered KIRIN fight. He's definitely one of the hardest fights in Monster Hunter World. Definitely also one of the hardest monsters, of course, but also one of the most rewarding once you beat it, because it is so relieving once you finally slay this monster. Hopefully you guys are a lot more equipped, a lot more knowledgeable about the fight before you go into it, or if you're in the middle of this fight and can't really seem to get the moveset down, hopefully you know that more. Either way, guys, that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, please sure to give it a like. It really does help me out. Subscribe if you're new. I cover a lot of Monster Hunter content, such as solo guides for the characters. I've done the previous ones before if you need to farm those, of course. I'm going to be doing guides on later monsters that come out, especially when they're released, like Devil Joe, whenever he happens to release in the near future, as well as other tutorials regarding like decorations and other things in the game that might need a little bit of explaining. My 2 most recent Monster Hunter videos are going to be on screen if you guys do want to check those out. And with that, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and peace out.